Yeah, they said one of the board members says, "Do we even know how many mailboxes he's allowed to have?" I said, "Well, we don't." That's what Madam Attorney said. See, and I had told him they didn't know whether to scratch their head or go blind, and there was like I was fixing to tell Mike, there was an attorney there that's a friend of mine that I work with quite often, and I'm going to go into a contract with him. And then there's a general contractor that I work with, and their electrician that puts some electricity in the building. He turns to Rusty and he says, "Man, he's tearing their butt up, ain't he?"
Oh, brother. I just love the red tape and the nonsense.
Yeah, it's not their money that they have to spend. It's the taxpayers' money. But yet they've got to go spend money, and they should have left me alone to start with. They'd have been able to keep that, money in their pocket.
Yeah.
I am curious, though, why, since you pulled them up to move them, did you keep them?
Yeah, I still got them. Madam Attorney asked me, "Are you going to move in post?" I said, "Yeah, I'll take them out." She said, "Well, when are you going to take them out?" I said, "When the city comes out and marks the corner and puts all the signs up and reduces the speed limit. That's when I'll take them out."
Oh, is that why you have them there? Okay.
Yeah. See, the engineering department let me put them in. The reason I moved them back 18 inches and put mailboxes on them because they had it in their head that I was going to sign a right-of-way use agreement.
Yeah.
And I said, "No, I'm not going to sign the right-of-way use agreement." And the whole reason of moving the post back that far and putting mailboxes on them, now everybody in the neighborhood that has a mailbox has to sign a right-of-way use agreement. And I just neat, see.
Huh. I think you ought to write an article about this for the Reader's Digest.
If nothing else, a PR about it, blog about it.
If you blog about it, it won't reach enough people, though.
Well, that's true.
The Reader's Digest, you'll reach millions.
That's true. That is true. He does need to get the story out. It's not often the little man wins.
That's true.
And she said, Madam Attorney says, when they ask her, "Do we even know how many mailboxes he's allowed to have?" And Madam Attorney says, "No, and I don't even know if we can prosecute him over this."
It's gone beyond ridiculous now. I mean, it's just absurd.
It's been very
Yeah, but it's
entertaining.
fun. It's fun to me. I always like winning,
Yeah.
See, this is my property, and I was allowed to put those poles in by the engineering department. Then I have some bent wrist code enforcement guy. That's exactly what he is. I'm not being racist or. But anyway, he comes by here like he's God, and he's telling me I got to take them out when I had permission to put them in. You know?
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, you should have been there, Sandy. You wouldn't have been able. You'd have been rolling in the floor.
Oh, I would have. I would have had to tape it. I would have had to tape it for posterity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Guess
It
what?
was funny.
Guess what? This call is being recorded.
Well, don't be. Well, you're going to have to edit what I said then.
It's editable, but if that's a word.
It is for a hillbilly.
Yeah, well, I can qualify at that. I will. I do have one thing to report. Dave sent me a message just a little while ago. He's probably not going to be on the call tonight. He's got to get up at 4:30 in the morning, and he's
Hmm.
pretty tired, and everything. But he did say that, and I'm taking it as good news that they're. He didn't say exactly when, but they're planning on taking the tube, removing it from Joanne, which is good news. At least the way he sounded in the message he sent me, it's good news apparently. So
Yeah, I got a text message that they were taking the tube out. I thought he said tomorrow morning. I don't remember. I had that young lady that has the young daughter with the health problems. Their messages seem to come back to back all the time, and it's like by the time I finish reading one, then I'm confused because I'm reading the other one too.
yeah,
It seemed to me it was. I think it was tomorrow morning. I'll have to look at it again. But that was good news. That was good news. But she was in a lot of pain still, he said.
yeah. Well, I didn't have an opportunity to talk with him. I just got a short message from him, but
Hmm.
I'm hoping from what all he said there that it was good news. It seemed to be. Let's see. He says, "Thank you. If all goes well, the NG, I'm not sure what NG stands for, tube, will come out tomorrow." He did say when. He says, "I don't know if I'll be on the call tonight. Still very tired, and 4:30 comes around awful early."
Oh, yep,
But anyway, we do need to keep remembering them in prayers. And
yeah. I wonder how he's feeling. I mean, I know he's probably exhausted, but I wonder if
tired, I
he,
know. I don't know how he's feeling. I know he had his back problems from his
yeah,
incidents, and I don't. He hadn't mentioned
he's probably more
himself.
tired than anything else, though.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I
How's, how's Barbie feeling?
How's Barbie feeling? Well, she can't hear me. She's got her headphones on. There you are. She says she's better.
Oh, that's
Thank
great.
you.
Praise God.
Yep. Hopefully, we're on the mend. We're getting on the mend. The whole team is getting on the mend. Got worried there for a while. Seemed like everybody was falling apart, but
Yeah.
seems to me that David is somebody you probably have to have if you ever had to go to a council meeting or a board meeting or anything over any of your real estate dealings.
I'm going to get him in our corner.
Yeah.
well, they said that there's been people before that they said I missed my call and I should have been an attorney, but they're not going to bury me 12 feet. you know.
Yep.
There's an old joke. Attorneys are really, that's why they bury them at 12 feet because deep down they're really good people.
Okay. I hadn't heard that one before, but that is a good one.
Well, we have some very good friends who are attorneys, and they're great people, but there are a couple of stinkers out there, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have had some good friends also that were attorneys, and they were good people, just like you said. So,
I got an email here. It says, "You've heard of Citibank, right? Breaking news." No, that's what the email says. It's a buyer targeting technology that forces Citibank to pay you as much as $128,518.38 per month.
I love it.
Believe that?
No, I don't believe it, but it would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Especially from those stinkers, and they are stinkers.
Yeah. Was anybody got any questions, answers, comments to do with the business? I believe I heard the bell ring again there too. This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mike. It's Marnie.
Well,
How are
Marty,
you? Yeah, you heard the bell.
we're really
Sorry,
glad
I'm
to hear
sorry.
you in here. We've missed you. You've been gone here for a little while, so
Yes,
Hi,
thanks.
Marnie.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. Glad to hear your voice.
Oh, thank you. I totally forgot about the call till about 2-3 minutes ago.
you made it here,
So,
and that's great.
I have no excuse for being late.
Well, there's no one's asking for an excuse from you. We're just glad you're here.
Thank you.
Like I said, we've missed you in the last few calls, so
Okay, thank you. Ooh, pardon me.
I was just asking if anybody had any questions or answers or comments or information or misinformation or whatever having to do with the business. We've had a pretty good time here listening to David Mincy's exploits there with the city council or whatever it was there. That was
It was a board meeting.
the board meeting, city board meeting there. Just more.
The horde of morons.
I don't know. There was a couple of them there that were batting for me, Sandy.
Okay.
We'll let them slide this time then.
How's Don doing? Has anybody heard from him?
I see comment every now and then from him, but on Facebook and at different, on IBO and different places, but I haven't heard from him anything recently.
No, I see the odd thing on Facebook and IBO.
Yeah, very occasionally, not like it used to be. You know, he was on a lot at one time. I don't see him much. Well, I shouldn't talk. I haven't been on that much today anyway. But I'll have to look him out and go comment on something of his.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen a comment or two from him. So,
What's the credit code for Facebook today?
Miss Sandy, you want to share that, or you
I
did post
put it on Skype,
You did post
and
it.
honestly, forgot it. Do you remember, Doug?
I can tell you what. If Doug
It's on
doesn't-
Skype. I entered it on there because I pulled it up and thought I might as well just put the code on Skype.
Yep. Try business ethics, all one word.
Business ethics. Okay.
That's it. Shit, I can't spell that.
BUSINESSETHICS.
Well, they had one in there the other day, and it was misspelled,
Oh,
and so you had to put it in wrong because it was misspelled. Get what it was now.
well, I usually just copy and paste because I don't trust my spelling
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Take no chances.
I got it. First shot.
First shot.
Oh,
You
that's
got it.
good.
All right.
Super.
I appreciate you going to the trouble of doing that, Sandy.
Oh, that's okay. It's no big deal. I just hope that.
Well, the reason I ask is they sent me an email, but I didn't. Usually they've got a link to click on, and I didn't have a link in it.
Oh.
There's nothing there.
It was a Facebook link. A link to the Facebook page. But you can always just go to their Facebook page. You know, IBO's has a Facebook page. You can always just go to it. But that's what the link is. Should have been today. It was in my email.
It's not in mine.
That's weird.
I didn't need it because Sandy posted it here in the chat room, so I just copied and pasted that. But I did go back and read the email later, and it was a link in there from mine.
Well, I'm tickled pink because it's keeping my advertising credits up there, and I just
Yeah.
and I didn't realize we were getting 50 credits now for logging in, and I don't know. I saw something somewhere. Might have been on the webinar. I don't remember, but something about the 50 credits for logging in, and I thought, oh, it used to be 25. I thought, wow, that's good.
Yeah, they've actually increased credits all the way around there. You know, they've given us what 400 or 500 credits a week just for paying attention to their emails, I guess.
Yeah. So it keeps the advertising credits up there, and that's wonderful.
Absolutely.
May I ask what you're talking about, because I didn't catch on? Are you talking about the credits in IBO?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the IBO credit code. It's like it's on every single day now.
Where they post and they say that you can, like Tuesday and a Thursday or something, and
Tuesday,
Yeah.
Thursday, Monday.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Sandy has been doing real good for us lately. She's been posting the codes in the Winter Team chat room on Skype. For those that don't have the opportunity to get it out of the email, they can just go to the chat room and click it. That's how I knew what it was so quick there and how to spell it, because I went to the chat room and looked at Sandy's post.
And now they do the Friday help desk code.
Yeah.
Wednesday you've got the webinar. Sunday's a newsletter. Saturday's a webinar. And Monday is double dose. You get exchange credit. You get, so hey, that's okay. Take them all.
It's great. It helps keep the credits up there.
Because I put all my ads on very slow so that they don't disappear so quickly.
Right, I do too.
And I just haven't had the chance to, get the press release in 2 or 3 times a week. So I don't get the credits commenting on the press releases like I used to.
Right.
So this makes up the difference. It's great.
It has been good. I noticed the IBO exchange, people have gotten a little stingy with their credits or coins or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
They're still there.
I did the Facebook likes the other night, and everybody had theirs at 9, and I thought, what the heck? I'm going to put mine at 9.
Yeah.
So I did. I just can't keep track of all this stuff, though. There is just so much that you need to do each day.
Right.
I get
Pretty
beside myself.
Pretty much have to just get a routine and go check this and go check that. And then with the IBO exchange, when I'm on calls and stuff at night and stuff like that, I just let it run on this other screen.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Probably defeating the purpose of it just a little bit because I'm not really paying attention to the ads. I just I'm just letting it run till the bar goes green, and then
Yeah.
I go to the next one.
But that's what everybody else does, Mike, so you might as well take advantage of it.
Well, you're right. That's what everybody else does, but it does put in front of their face for at least listen, a minute or a couple minutes there, and you get your name and stuff like that. So if you plan your ads just right, so that you got a lot of little splashy color and big letters, and so that it's not difficult to read. You can assume they're probably not going to click on your ad or anything there, but maybe next time they'll see it, it'll jog their memory that they've seen it around, and you start branding yourself that way. So it's still a good deal. That's what most advertising is all about anyway, is branding yourself. So.
Yeah. Just they get to see it over and over again.
Yep.
What's the formula? They have to see it at least 7 times before they pay attention?
7 or 8 times, yeah. before they take notice of it.
Yeah.
Here's one where someone is making a mistake here. They've got a neat looking website, and they're posting the website there on IBO Exchange. But the problem is the website is extremely long, and you got to scroll and scroll and scroll. And nobody's going to look past the front line, the very front page that pops up, the first couple lines there. They do have that in real big letters, and it's colorful enough to get your attention. So, but the first couple lines they use, it doesn't say anything about it. Well, it may be about their business, but it doesn't give you their name, their business name, or this is what I'm looking at right now. So it's not really branding anything other than just that little portion of the picture. That I may see that little portion of the picture elsewhere and say, oh yeah, I saw that over on IBO Exchange. But for the most part, they're losing all the main effect that they're getting.
That's like those emails on SafeList. Some of them are so long. By the time you scroll down to the bottom, you're ready to just say the heck with it. I mean, they just go on and on and on and on. And nobody reads them. They're just looking for that link
to
get credit.
That's it.
So why not put it 3 or 4 lines down and have done with it?
Yeah, just a few lines on, and with,
yeah.
What I told David Mincy a number of times. I've told a lot of other people, white space sells. Space sells, and if you if you got something, even email, and if you do double space your lines, use big letters, not great big letters, but big letters big enough, don't have to have a magnifying glass to read the words. That's a whole lot more likely to get someone to click on something in there than it is if they gotta, just like you said, scroll down and down and down and down until they get tired of scrolling, and half the time they don't ever get to the bottom before it gets to the trash.
Done. I'm finished.
Here's a good one. It's maybe the size of a postcard in the middle of the screen, and it has big letters, and it's very few words on there to start with. I mean, so it's something that somebody's likely to read the whole thing and and then click on it. But I'm not gonna click on it.
Somebody will click on it, but it's not going to be you, right, Mike?
Right, probably, yeah. They have the one thing they haven't done is they haven't told me anything about what they're offering me, what their business. The only thing I see in the middle of the screen's got the word risk in great big letters. Okay, well, and that's when I first look at it. That's all I really see is, well, down at the bottom in big letters it says click here to continue. But what it's really saying, it says a simple system that takes all the risk out of list building. Okay, but the only thing when I see that, the only thing I really see is the big word risk. Okay, well, I don't want any more risk, so I think I'll stay away from this one.
You say no risk.
But the one good thing in their in their in their favor is the fact that the whole thing is right there. You don't have to do any scrolling or anything like that, and it's not a lot of words to read. So a couple of seconds you can read it and decide that you don't want to click on it. Now, it would be better if they had their name, the name of the business, or something, or even the product that they want to sell. I really don't even know what product this is promoting. It says something about list building, but it doesn't really tell me anything to want me to click on it. So that they got some good things on this ad and some bad things on this ad, but I would think the most important thing you could do with these IBO exchange is have a small ad like this. It with big letters, just like this one has, but put the name of your product or your service or your business or something. They're not taking advantage of any branding or anything here. So I learned a lot from looking at these. I don't really study the ad looking for the content, but I studied the ad looking for how they did it. Now here's another one that I don't have. It's full screen. It takes up the whole screen. One thing they've done here, which I don't know. I used to do it and I don't do it anymore. Is they're obviously, this is IBO Exchange, so, and they're obviously coming from IBO, and IBO members posted this, but they've got that IBO bar across the top of their page, and it gets down into some of their other stuff, and it's a little distracting.
Yeah.
But on the positive side of that, they've got some bright color. They usually mostly reds and blues, and some white, and it's big words, and it says Social Media Academy Online. It tells you who they are, what they're, and you can, from the picture and everything along with that, you can kind of get an idea of what they're about, and then they've got a link right there, kind of in the lower half of the middle of the page. It's to click on so you can register now for their, whatever it is they're selling or giving away. But it does. They're taking advantage of IBO, exchange and using it for, something that's going to benefit them. Whether people actually click on it to, buy their product or whatever, it's, irrelevant. They're at least branding themselves. So when I see Social Media Academy Online, so somewhere else, I know, hey, look, I saw it there and I remember it. After 7 or 8 times, like we said a while ago, it might interest me enough to click on it. I doubt it, but
But that's good information, Mike. See, that's your reaction to the ad is really beneficial, because then you can structure your ad around it, around the.
Well, you can learn a lot, if just paying attention to things like, like how does it appeal to you? How do you, what impact does it have on you when that ad pops up there, and you got to watch it for what 180, 190 seconds or whatever there. And so when you go to create a splash page, and it's really all you need is just a splash page to put on this on IBO here. But when you go to create a splash page, think about how the ads you've seen have affected you, and apply that information into the splash page that you're building. And that's one thing I like about the things I've seen that you and Doug have done. They're colorful, which catches my attention, catches my eye, and you use big letters. I don't. My eyesight, I'm getting old. My eyesight is kind of bad. So, but, the big letters, they really help me a lot. And like I said, colorful. And colorful has a lot to do with the attitude you have about the ad too. It makes you feel better about it.
Yeah.
Here's
I'm
one.
going to put you on mute. We just got home, and I want to
Go ahead.
get my junk out of the car.
Okay, go ahead. So, David, I've been rambling on here, or David and Marty, both. Either one of y'all got anything you want to add to the conversation, or got any other subject we can talk about?
No, not really. I was listening to what you were saying about the ads, and I find too sometimes when because as you were talking, I just noticed someone had sent me an email, and it had several links, and one link didn't work. And I wasn't impressed with the email because it had too many links. And then the one link didn't even work.
That's that. What you just said reminds me of something too, and you might want to take note of it. Today I went to my profile in IBO because there was some things I wanted to check and look, and in the process I decided I would just go down through and click all the links that I've got in there, different business links and different video links about videos and stuff like that, and I just went down through them because I found that there were several of them that just don't work.
I found that too a while ago.
And they did work when I posted them, but some of them were a couple years old even, but they were still pertinent and still good information, videos and things like that I really wanted to be there for people, and I found it didn't work. And the problems with the videos, they were videos that they weren't necessarily mine. They were some I was using from IBO. I mean, not IBO, YouTube, and YouTube had been taking the videos down for whatever reason. They didn't explain that, or but so when people clicked on my link, all they got was a message from YouTube that says the video's not there anymore. So I went through and I corrected every link in there that I had and updated them. Took the ones out that weren't going to work. And also I went through just edited and looked over my profile in general and made sure the information in there was good, and make sure the links that I have in there was good. And another thing you just said, Marnie, is very, very true. When I come across an email that's got 8, 10, 15 links in it, I've lost interest. I don't even read the email. Because, but if they got some information, use big letters so that I don't have to strain to read them, and I do want a link in there that will provide me with a place to go that I can read more about what they're talking about if it interests me. But to have just a whole passel of links thrown in there, I generally lose interest. Here's another ad I'm looking at right now. It says It's great big, great big letters, and it's just a kind of it's about the size of two postcards put together right in the middle of the screen, and it's you know, they don't really give me a name. I think they want me to put my email in there so I can go look and see. But they do tell me a little bit about the information that I'm going to be getting when I put my email in it and click here to continue, which I'm not going to do. But anyway, this is a well thought out and well created splash screen, splash page.
Going back to IBO, wasn't there, maybe this is wrong, but wasn't there, when IBO was down or something, they told you to check your profile again or something? Because I tried to post a PR, I don't know, about a week ago or something, and it said I had to, I forget the wording, check, what was it?
Your picture, your profile picture.
Yeah, to check things in your profile, and yeah, the picture was gone. Could that have done something with the links you're talking about, or was that
No,
before?
no. What that was is IBO had part of their system crash, and when they brought it back up, they had were able to recover everything except some of the profile pictures were gone. Not everybody's was gone. Mine wasn't affected. That's one of the reasons I went out there and looked today again to just make sure. But some, a large number of people had their profile picture uh, deleted in the problem, whatever crash they had, system crash or whatever they had, to cause those to be deleted. So what they were doing was just telling everybody to go back out and check, and if it was deleted, just simply
Yeah, so something about your profile 1 to 3 to check.
your what now? I missed that.
It said, wasn't just the picture, it said to check your profile steps 1, 2, and 3.
Oh yeah, now I did get that. I did get that message too as well, and I went out and checked, and nothing was changed on mine. It was all fine, but then it was a little confusing why they were asking me to go back out and check that.
Oh,
But that's what happened. So apparently, some people during the crash lost some of that information too. But,
Yeah,
yeah.
mine. The day I checked it, the day that it happened, none of my businesses were listed in there, but they're listed now, and I didn't re-put them in there.
well, they sent out an email today that said that they had been able to recover everybody's information, uh, all their PRs and wall posts and everything, except some of the people profile pictures had gotten lost, had gotten deleted or whatever in the process, and that if that you should go back out and check, and if your picture was gone, just simply upload a new one and it would be fine.
I didn't see that email. That's good. I got it all back.
So
Oh yeah, I had to put my picture back in. Yeah.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I just got lucky. Mine didn't go away. So
Oh, and I think I put Doug's back in too. Yeah, I did. He wouldn't let me put the business picture back. He said I want my drum picture in there. So now he's got the picture with him playing the drums.
well, that's good.
Oh, golly.
Was Doug a drummer?
Yeah, he is. He is. He's a jazz drummer, praise drummer.
I did that when I was much young. I played in a band that traveled around North Alabama and Tennessee.
Oh, God bless you. That's great. Yeah, he started in high school. Actually, it was middle school, and he's been playing ever since.
I guess that's when I first started was middle school and through high school and into
Hmm.
college
Wow.
and when and actually I played professional in a symphony orchestra for
Oh,
one
that's
season.
glorious. Wow.
It but
Those big old Tiffany's.
well, I played that too. Yeah,
What
Mhm.
instrument did you play, Mike?
drums,
Uh,
percussion. I did. I
You still,
actually I played violin a little bit, but
Oh, did you? Wow.
I wasn't all that good. So
can you still play? Do you ever go back and play the drums once in a while?
no, I don't. Just to be honest with you, I don't. My hands and everything, they're really really mangled and decrepit. You know, I can't
Oh,
hardly do anything with them except they're permanently bent in just the right angle and right position that I can type on the keyboard. So
ah. Well, too bad Doug stepped outside because he would have loved to hear this. Have to play the recording tomorrow.
it's it's interesting to hear that we have a drummer in the
yeah, I
group
played
here.
trumpet back when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I got a violin player sitting on the couch over there. She's 13 years old.
Oh,
Oh,
very
that's
good.
wonderful.
I actually, my father was a master luthier. He made and repaired and instruments and things like that, and I I took it up, you know, for a while there, and I did too until my hands got to where I can't work on little fine stuff like that anymore. But
Hmm.
I actually made some instruments and bought and
Oh,
sold them and repaired them. And,
that's a fantastic talent. Wow.
yeah,
Well, Doug's dad was a clarinetist. Oh, he was a fine clarinetist, and he just didn't pursue it. I mean, he did it
yeah,
quite some time, and just didn't pursue it. It was a shame because family friend had ran a radio station and wanted him to play on the radio, and he wouldn't
yeah.
do it. It's weird.
Oh, that's a shame.
It is. It's kind of a lost, just a lost talent. You know.
When you had talent, it needs to share it with people.
Well, that's it. I always say, God bless you with a talent, and if you don't share it, you kind of spit in your, spit in the God. You know.
I've got a daughter that well, she took her 7 years, but she went through college and studied and got her degree in performing arts or music. She plays
Mm.
just about any instrument she can, she picks up. She can
Oh,
play it. So, including
that's
she was
incredible.
really good at the violin, but she preferred the trumpet more
Yeah.
than anything. So,
That's just
I always
absolutely incredible.
I always hoped she was going to pursue music, but she wound up pursuing being a Waffle House cook. So now she's a bus driver. So
Oh,
uh,
golly. I hate to hear that.
yeah, but she was good. Most all of my kids played instruments of one kind or another. So and I've got some grandkids that played violin, cello, and actually they're not legally, but they're adopted grandkids. But I still consider them my grandkids. So.
Mhm.
My playing the violin, the fiddle, more fiddle more than a violin. I guess went back as many generations as I can remember of my family up my father's line. I can remember my grandfather and my father, and you know, late nights and fiddling, and of course
Oh,
we were
isn't that something?
we were
Great,
out
great memory.
out in rural Mississippi. But then, when I was a little kid, I can remember seeing them sitting around and playing.
Yeah, I hear people talk about, the family getting together and singing around the piano and
Hmm.
playing instruments, and it just sounds so wonderful to me. And it's, oh, golly.
My wife plays the piano. She can play, but she doesn't play much anymore either. But, but I do like to hear her play when she will.
Hmm. Well, we had stopped at the Monroe Library. Monroe's a little bigger town, a little south of us, and the library is fairly large. And coming out, I hadn't noticed this, and it must be a new feature. I haven't been there in a while. There was a piano up against the outside wall. It was inside, but it was that last wall you see before
Right.
you leave the library. And on it was a sheet of music, a sign over it that said, "Please sit down and play. We would enjoy hearing music." I thought, that's unusual.
Yeah.
You never see anything like that.
That's true. I played the clarinet too when I was in college. Come to think of it.
Oh, I love the clarinet. I just love it. Doug's dad
I
always
played the
told.
saxophone.
I actually I never was really very good, but I own a saxophone. I played it a little bit, but I was never really good enough to consider playing that in public. I don't think.
Well, Doug's dad used to watch Lawrence Welk, and there was a time, when Lawrence Welk, it was just music, and it was wonderful music.
Right.
And then it degraded down to this stupid variety show. But I'm telling you, they had some of the greatest musicians on that show.
Yep.
And they had a clarinetist that just, used to love to hear him. And all the musicians, though, I mean, one after another, just
Hmm.
fantastic. But
That used to be when we finally got around to getting TV. That used to be one of the things we did. The whole family and grandparents and aunts and uncles and everything. We'd all have to sit around and watch the Lawrence Welk show.
uh-huh. Yeah, Doug's dad was a real fanatic about it. We all had to be very quiet.
Yeah.
It was funny. Doug said he's scarred for life.
Well, I wasn't much for playing instruments or music. I just played around with horses.
Well, that's something. There's a talent there too,
Yeah,
I love horses.
I've been saying for several years now I should get back into it. Because my granddaughter rides and takes lessons, and my daughter does off and on.
You were.
And my granddaughter's 6, and she was in a horse show
Oh,
Wow.
exciting.
about a month ago or something, and she come home with a ribbon.
Wow.
Oh, God
that's
bless
great.
her. Isn't that great?
And then she wanted to see my ribbons.
Oh.
Well, that to give you a chance to bond there just a little bit. That's great.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, it is, and when I watched her in the horse show, it brought back memories of when I was showing, and
Yeah.
so kind of gives me a thought that I would like to go back riding, even if it was just getting on for pleasure. You know what I mean?
Oh, you should, Marnie. You should.
You
Because, I rode a lot and I started showing a lot, and now I got my daughter and granddaughter heavy into it, sort of,
yeah.
That's neat.
It's in the family,
Yes.
my grandfather, my dad, myself, my daughter, and now my granddaughter. Yeah.
You worked with what was her name? Diane, was that her name?
Yeah.
With horses there, something to do with horses there for a little while, didn't
Yeah, she still has a horse. Yeah.
you? Well, we're getting on pretty close to hours. Anybody got anything else you want to add or talk about, or I can sit here as long as we need, but I don't want to hold everybody up all night either, though.
I enjoyed the call. I enjoyed talking about it.
I do. I always enjoy these calls. We do learn a little bit every now and then, and we are relationship building. That's what this business is all about anyway. It's relationship building. So.
Well, that's really good information about the ad websites. How to set up a website so it catches the eye. And
Slipped a little training in there anyway, didn't I?
Yeah, got it whether we wanted it or not.
Yeah, but it was simple training.
Yep.
Yeah.
It wasn't something I said, Mike, I don't understand. Go slower. Mike, I can't get it on the screen.
Right.
See, nice and basic.
It was basic. I didn't have to say any of that.
I'm going to have to, pay attention and start thinking about doing something like that for the. I don't bother with the emails on the safe list like that. That was just so much work and such a time waster. Weren't getting anything out of it, but putting some traffic websites on IBO,
Yeah.
knowing what will catch the eye, that'd be good.
Alrighty. Mr. David, you got anything you want to add to the group before we go?
No.
You sound ambitious there.
No, I was reading. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
He had his.
I was reading the email that's telling me that. Let me read it to you, Marnie, before we go. The email says, "You've heard of." This is the email speaking. I'm not talking to you. It says you've heard of Citibank, right?
I've heard of what?
Citibank.
Oh, yeah.
It's a buyer targeting technology that forces Citibank to pay you as much as $128,518.38 a month. I don't believe that email.
Who do you have to kill?
Sandy.
I mean, why would they pay you that kind of money?
Well, I don't know. It's wanting me to click on something. It says click. It says check it, and in parentheses it says click here.
I think I'd be a little concerned about clicking there.
Yeah.
That's just me. I'm a little bit skeptical there. So.
Me too.
Are you, to change the subject a little bit, are you people when they send you messages from IBO trying to sell you all this nice stuff? You still get a lot of...
all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
I haven't been seeing much of that lately.
I've
just been unassociating with everybody that does that. And I haven't seen that happen much lately. So
Eventually you'll weed them out there.
yeah. Well, Chris said on a webinar one afternoon or one night that just unassociate with them. Don't,
I remember that.
So that's what I do.
I've got a lot of people that's been associating with me lately that don't even have their profile filled out yet. They don't even have 1 star.
I have that on Skype and IBO and stuff like that. And generally, if people don't take the initiative, they don't take the effort to fill their profile out, and especially put a picture up. I want to see who I'm associating with, and if they don't do that, I decline to associate with them. Now, I may miss out on the next Bill Gates or somebody else, but like that. But I still do the same. It's just I have literally thousands of friends on Facebook and literally in IBO as well, and I got plenty of people to talk to if I need to talk to them. I don't, so if they don't know who they are and they don't want to fill out the profile, most of the time I send them one message. When they send me a request, I'll send them a message back to tell them that, I'd be glad to help them fill out their profile if they would like, but otherwise that I can't accept them, so most of the time I never get a reply back from that, but.
And I won't accept anybody on Skype that I don't know the name or what they are or who they are. You get these requests to, let them be a Skype associate. I don't need that.
I get that all the time. Yeah, every day it's a list of them. And if they filled their profile out, they posted a picture, and I can actually go and check them out just a little bit. I'll be glad to accept people, but if they can't fill their profile out, if they want to be secretive about it, or half the time they don't even put their name in. They'll put their Skype username, which is a bunch of letters and numbers and stuff, and it's not. If they don't know the name, then I don't really need to associate with them. I'm looking for people more intelligent than that. In fact, I bumped one out today.
To be honest, it took me a long time to get my profile filled out all the way.
Well, you probably would have got bumped if you hadn't.
Yeah.
Got rejected.
Yeah, but you got your picture up and you got your name in there, David.
Yeah.
Mike is talking about, these people, they don't put a picture up. They don't use their name. They use some, public name.
I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the last week that associated with me, and they don't even have their first star or any picture.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I tell you, on IBO, if they've got, if they fill their profile out, they're going to get to their first star when they do that anyway. But, if they've just, I like finding people that have just 1 star. That means they've made an attempt at filling profile out, and they've posted a picture, and that gives me an opening. And I learned this from Bill Bateman. I hadn't talked to him in a while, too. But anyway, I learned it from Bill Bateman, that what I can do is when I find people that have just 1, maybe 2 stars, they're wide open for me to go in and offer to help them get started. And I'll mention to them I've been on IBO several years, and I've got a little experience there, and I'd be more than glad to help them. What it does is opens up a dialogue and allows me to build a relationship there, and hopefully down the road I can offer them suggestions. I can offer them things that will help them build their business, including maybe some of my business, the winning team, and stuff like that. But but if they won't post a picture and they don't bother to fill their profile out completely and stuff like that, I just I reject those.
It's really, a lot of them are just trying to get associates so they can spam them. That's all they're doing.
Well, there's so many people come into IBO, now especially, then they come in just to do that, but they come in because they think that's what IBO is all about. IBO is a great tool. It gets you exposure, it gets you branding, and you can build relationships. You got an opportunity to get in some kind of dialogue there and build a relationship. And I've actually met some really neat people and people that they remain my friends. And I don't mean friend like a Facebook friend. I mean friends. And that I'm I'm glad to associate with them. I'm privileged to associate with them, and it's but most people come in, they think IBO is a place to plaster the links everywhere, and I got no problem with putting up a link or something like that on the wall or something like that, or even in your signature, or on a PR or something. But not just plaster them everywhere, and especially not when you're in the message boxes, and just you know you want to just get in there and tell everybody about yourself and about your, and by that I mean about the business you're in, and how they going to get rich, and they don't have to do any of the work, that we're going to do all the work for you. And when I start seeing that, I just I got a button that deletes them.
Yeah. Well, Marnie, you do the new IBO welcomes like I do, and you must have seen this too. But you go down the list, and there'll be a new person, and there'll be one ad after another by this new person. It takes up a whole page. Yeah. One after another. All this junk. And it's so infuriating. It's like, that's not what this is about.
No.
Yes, and I've seen the odd one after they've done that. They've got suspended.
Yeah, I have seen some of them get suspended from
yeah.
that, but
not all the time. But
I haven't seen that in a while. Oh, good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah, because as soon as they sign up, they've got about 5 or 6 ads there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
one right after another.
The worst thing about it is they do 5 or 6 ads on it, and then if they don't get the response they were looking for, and a bunch of people jumping in the business, they're gone. You won't see them again. And it's not that they're deleted; they're still there. The accounts are still there. It's just, they don't come back in and interact. They don't try to create a thing. I don't know. Anyway, that's not what IBO is about. IBO is a social media for building relationships. Build a business. You can build a business. I guarantee it. But it won't be one that'll stay around with you unless you start building relationships and making it just what it says, social media. I'm preaching. Okay.
Preaching.
Well, I don't think IBO is as good as it used to be when it first started.
Well, it's not, because we don't have as many people teaching. They used to really be real strict and emphasize. I'm trying to think of the word, but spirit, IBO spirit. They used to talk about that all the time, in what the IBO spirit was, what IBO was about. In other words, let's socialize. Let's meet people. Let's learn about people, and in the process, you're going to get comments, and comments get plastered all over the internet. So it's a great tool if people would just use it right. But so many people, you don't hear that as much anymore. Actually, when they changed hands here a while back, you stopped hearing all that. Most of that. So Oh well. We need to get back to the basics. All right. Was anybody else have anything you wanna add tonight before we close down?
No, I can't think of anything.
Well, I appreciate all of y'all being here. I really enjoy these calls. I know they're not the typical call you hear when people talking about they having a business call, but I do really enjoy them. I appreciate all y'all being here. I enjoy you. We will be back again next Tuesday night, and I look forward to hearing everybody then. And it'd be all right if you bring a friend or two.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. God bless you all.